How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Airport CEO and welcome back to Belfast City Airport. Things are going pretty well at the moment. We have nicely expanded our airport to include a bunch of remote stand services, both for some planes up this way and of course for our 6 helicopter stands down this way as well. I'm very pleased about this. I'm very pleased that the airport is managing to have upwards of 60 flights per day. Tomorrow is completely packed with 75 flights, and there's still room for more. We could get so many more helicopters in here. It's just that we don't have the capacity for it. And if we wanted to get the capacity for it, we would have to go to R&D and we would have to start working on some things. Now, speaking of R&D, we have got our quality kitchen restaurants good to go. So if I wanted to, I could start working towards the ultimate commercial license, which will get us the large air traffic control tower, which will then let us handle another 125 flights per day, bringing us up to 200 per day. I mean, 20 administrators on this is quite a lot, but I think we're going to go for it. We're going to put 11 on there for now. And we do admittedly have a 61% reduction on project time. So this is not going to take 4 days if we can get 9 more administrators, which we'll do in just a moment. We also have project group 3 over here, so we can research a couple more things at a time, which is great. So I guess when it comes to project group number 2, I don't really know what I want, to be honest with you. We could start looking into things like structural engineering, which is going to give us concrete runways and ramps and things like that, but I don't know if we need it. The floor construction permit would give us the ability to build more floors. We can start going up with the terminal, which might be good. And I think we need to go up if we want to start doing jetways out to medium and large aircraft. And I guess we could also start looking at things like cabin cleaning, catering services. That might not be terrible. That's more services we can offer that will make us money. I think cabin cleaning might be something to go for. Let's have a look at that. I know the building for cabin cleaning is quite large, so I might regret this one. And we are going to need more administrators for this as well. And then I suppose for a third research project, I don't know if we need to do too much with refueling, although we are going to be looking at medium aircraft today, so maybe getting some larger fuel trucks would be an idea. So, looking at things here, we need another 8 administrators for these 2 projects and another 9 for project group 1. So long story short, we need 17 more administrators. That might be slightly tricky. We can get 1, 2, 3 decent ones. I'll get the yellow skill set ones as well. We'll get rid of you, and I suppose we'll go in at the very least and just filter by skills. And we've got a bit of money. We're coming up on 1 million again, so I think I'm just going to go through and train everybody. I don't know if there's any benefit to training. I don't know what a highly trained administrator does. I've never really paid attention to training in Airport CEO, so this might not be worthwhile, but it's what we'll go for. Anyway, we have a few more there. Let's go ahead and get those guys into... We've got 8 of them available, so at the very least, we'll get cabin cleaning going, we'll get the Maverick fuel trucks going, and we'll leave the ultimate commercial license just for the time being. Now, I did mention that we have restaurants available. That's kind of what I want to focus on to start things off today, because I think getting some shops in here is going to be great. I think getting some restaurants in here is going to be great. And so that's what this little space is going to be. So we have some choices. We can do a food room. We can do cashier counters. We can do a full restaurant with a full cooking station as well. But I think this space in general is going to be some kind of restaurant. I think I'm going to go let's say 15 by 10. So it's a pretty decent size right about there. And then I think what we can also do is something a little bit smaller in here. I want to do something that kind of looks like stalls almost for some shops. So what we'll do, what size are we looking at right here? 14 by 6. So if I was to do, let's maybe not do the full 14. Let's do let's say 7, maybe 6 there, and it should be another 6 by 6 here. We'll do this, which is maybe a little bit small for some shops, but I think this is kind of what I'm willing to do. We'll probably do some walls in there as well, but that'll be fine. And then if I look at the contracts, it is big enough for Turner, and it's not big enough for AS to go, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's not big enough for traveler shop either, but we can get some 1-star shops in there, and I'm kind of okay with that. Obviously, I'm gonna have to put walls in. I'm gonna have to decorate this space a little bit, but we'll get there. We'll do some walls like this. We'll do some walls, a little something like this, to separate these guys from everything else. You know, I could do some walls out here to give this one a little bit more space if I wanted to. I think I might do that. Just a little something like this, although that is gonna make it asymmetrical. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna stick with the symmetry just because it's me and I feel the need to do that. So that's gonna be a pair of shops. And you know, looking at it, I almost do want to shift them down a little bit so they're in line with this wall so that there's more space in front of the restaurant, but you know what? It'll be okay. It's totally fine. Let's get some medium doors down here. I was going to do it in the middle, but we'll do it on either side, which is completely fine. We can get ourselves a nice medium window for the mid space right there and over here as well, because I think it's going to be really cool if people can look out at the buses and the planes and all that moving around. I think that'd be kind of neat. So we'll get that going. And then for everything else, we just need to furnish this, get some stuff in there, and hopefully get some good contracts. So shop counters, oh, they fit perfectly. Look at that. And I think they have to go that way around. No, they go that way around. What way do they go? I think they go that way. Yeah, because the keyboards for the counters are, yeah, you know what? We'll do that, and I'll just turn them around if it's not right. So we've got that. What do I need for a Turner contract? I need 1 shelf and I'll be okay. And I can get quick stop as well. So we just need 1 shelf in each of these and that'll be perfectly fine. So in terms of options, I mean, we don't have many, unfortunately. We can get like, I don't know, we can get a shelf here and a shelf here. Do I have any other good shelves that I could go for? We can get wall mounted. We can go for this one, I guess. We'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, and we'll do this. There we go. It's not a very good layout, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it fills in the space. It gives us a couple of shops, and I'm totally okay with that. As for the restaurant, what can we do here? So we can get a 2-star. We can't get Bistro Boheme, unfortunately. The place isn't big enough. We could get Ziti's Italian Kitchen, though, which needs 3 cooking stations and a cafe counter, and we're good to go. And honestly, Copenhagen Airport has an amazing Italian place. I've said this almost every time I've played this game. I'm pretty sure I've said and talked about Copenhagen Airport's great Italian food place. So that's what we're going to go for. And I'm realizing that I might have to do my cooking space in the middle, because otherwise the passengers aren't going to be able to look out the windows, which would be a little bit unfortunate. So let's do that. let's go 1 and 2 cooking stations. We need a 3rd cooking station. I'm going to do 4 just because I can. And then we needed what? Cashier counters, which are pretty decently sized for here. Can I get 2 smaller ones though? Yeah. So what I'm thinking for the cashier counters is here and here. And I think that'll be all right. And then I think I can get, yeah, little food counters like this would be kind of great. So we'll do something like that. This will be like the way in for staff, I suppose, which I think I can restrict, right? I could say like, hey, this is a staff only space, and that'll stop people from kind of walking down there, which I think is good. This isn't doing what I wanted it to do, unfortunately. that's really, hold on a minute. Can I make that look better? Is that something we can fix here, or is that something I'm going to be stuck with? So the cooking station needs to go. Oh, I can't do. Okay. All right. So we'll do a cooking station here and here, and then I'm going to have to put them down this way, which is fine. We can totally do that. Let me get the counters like this and like this. Let me get rid of these 2 counters. Let me get another cooking station for this space. And then we could do stuff down this way. I'm just going to do the other cooking station though. I think that's fine. And that'll be all right. It gives us a nice amount of space to play with, and I'm okay with that. So what else do we need for this place? We actually don't need any seating, which is pretty cool. I don't want to do that though. I want to get some space for people to sit down and actually enjoy their food. So if we look at seating, we have tables. We're going to go for, do I want to do round tables, or do I want to do square tables? That's the real question. I'm kind of feeling little round tables are going to be the way to go here. So we'll do them sort of dotted around like this. We'll do one in the corner as well. We can kind of space these out pretty well, actually. People are going to be back to back, admittedly, but they can deal with that. And then basically I just go around and do this. It's not a lot of seating, but I think it'll be, oh, I just rotated. I don't like that. I don't, I've never liked it in games like this when the camera rotates. It doesn't look right, you know? You get really used to your, you get really used to your place looking a certain way, and then you rotate the camera and suddenly you have no idea where you are, which is, yeah, very much the case with not Prison Architect. It's the case with Can you rotate in Prison Architect? I don't know if you can. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played it. It's definitely the case in Airport CEO. That's my brain is all over the place today. I was just reading about Prison Architect 2 and how the developer is no longer working on the game a few months out from release, and it's a whole thing that I've been reading about. So yeah, that's where Prison Architect's coming from. Anyway, I think this is good enough. It's not the prettiest looking, but I'm sort of okay with that. And it is an Italian place, so I'm gonna go for like a nice dark red on the chairs around here, because I think that's just that's the vibe that I want for this place. So a nice dark red in the chairs. Can I change the counters? I absolutely can. I can't change these ones though, which is really unfortunate. That's yeah, I don't love that. Not a huge fan of that. We'll just set these back to be like this. And then the tables, I think I'm gonna make those sort of a nice white color as well. Yeah, maybe actually, what about a sort of dark, you know, what, can I get like a nice dark sort of wooden color in here? Would that look a little bit better? Something like that. Yeah, I think I prefer sort of the dark wood color on this. I know I've got one of the chairs in there as well, so we'll just go around. Can I like right click to get that color? There we go. And I'll save that as a nice red as well. So there's what I'm thinking. We'll get the color for the wood too and get you sorted out. And I think that's fine. I think that's okay. We can get a little bit of decoration here with some plants and things like that as well. But let's go ahead very quickly and get some decorations in here and get this place open, because I'm stalling a little bit, I think. And there we go. We have a couple of shops opened up. We have a lot of people coming down here to the Italian kitchen as well, which I think looks pretty good. I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. It does seem like there's a lot of people queuing, and I'm also pretty sure it just closed, which is a little bit unfortunate for all of these people. But again, it's some restaurants, it's some shops. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. And there are so many people out here waiting to check in as well. I think out here needs a shop. I did talk about doing one out here, so I think it's about time that we do that. Let me be a little bit quicker in my shop design this time around. We'll go for something a bit bigger though, because I would like to potentially get a better contract. I'm also wondering, do I want to make this? Yeah, we'll do this. That'll be fine. We can also do something that maybe comes down a bit further this way. So a little 7x7 right about there should be all right. I don't know necessarily what way I'm going to do the walls on these. I say that, I think I do. I think it's going to be pretty much the same thing. So we'll do sort of these inner corners. We'll do this part right here, and then down this way, sort of the same thing. I might do some hedges through here just to block it off a little bit and direct people. I might actually, now that I think about it, I might do hedges. I think I'm going to do them here. I think I'm going to do them here. And then I'm wondering if I actually maybe want to block off one side of this as well, because people are sort of going right through the shop right now, which I don't necessarily want them doing. So it's very tempting to put a hedge right about here. And then, you know, if you want to go shopping, you go around here and then you can go out to security. I think that makes more sense. I think that's better. So yeah, we'll do a hedge right about there. We'll do a hedge right about there. It does limit the space that we have to play with, but honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. So looking at contracts, can we still really not get anything other than a 1-star contract? We really can. And I don't think I have the options for any better contracts. What about you? Can I get a 3-star in here? No. Really? I can get a 2-star. I can get Fly Go, which is great. Man, that's rough. Okay, this might just have to be one shop. I'm gonna have to completely undo this, which is unfortunate, and then just do a single shop in here. Oh, this still isn't big enough for a 3-star shop. That sucks, man. That's really unfortunate. Some of them do want a little bit less, but Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get anything above a 2-star, unfortunately, which I guess I can deal with that. We can get a little 2-star thing in here and that'll be all right. We can go for, I mean, it's gonna be Fly Go, and then Fly Go happens to want 4 shelves and a cashier desk. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves everything we need for it. We'll get ourselves a nice shop counter somewhere. I mean, they want 2 of them, right? So let's maybe do, I don't know, is there like a middle to this? There might actually be, I think this is like the middle, right? So there and there, I think, is the middle of this place. So that'll be completely fine. I'm sort of okay with that. And then in terms of shelves, I could get some large shelves in here. Not really against doing that, but I think I can get a better layout, something that looks a little bit more interesting if I use things like the pedestals here. So we'll do 1 and 2. We'll do 1 and 2. This place is actually laid out quite nicely for this kind of thing, which is great. Let's get ourselves one of these guys because it sort of creates a little bit of a wall, which is something I'm looking for. And I think we could maybe do a similar thing here as well, so that we sort of have like a wall enclosing this little space, which I am completely okay with. And honestly, that's fine. It's not the perfect layout, it's not the nicest layout, but again, it will do the job, and hopefully it's going to be a nice little source of money. So we'll get ourselves some kind of marble floor underneath this entire thing, which is this guy right about here. I think it's actually concrete, which is, again, completely fine. We'll do, I was going to do marble around the edges, but you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm also going to block this off. I was going to leave it open for a little bit of accessibility, but people are still walking through here, which I don't want them doing. So we'll block it off completely. This will be your only way in here, and we'll get ourselves the Fly Go contract. And that'll get that place opened, hopefully nice and quickly. These guys are all open. The seats are filled, which is great news. These guys have over half of today's desired sales. These guys aren't doing quite as well. And these guys are nicely on their way to getting a whole bunch of sales today as well, which is fantastic. This place, I would imagine, is also going to do quite well since it's the only shop in this part of the airport. Although now that I think about it, that... how often do you want to go shopping before you go through security? Because usually you buy something and then security's like, hey, guess what? Guess what you can't take through? All that stuff you bought. That's going in the trash. And if it's expensive, it's going home with me. That's basically how it works, right? So this place, that's a long-winded way of saying that this place might actually go out of business and we might have to go for a slightly smaller shop. But that might just be a really nasty rumor that security in airports does that. But look, that's how things operate here at Belfast City Airport. And for legal reasons, I mean the fictional version of Belfast City Airport that I've built here in the video game Airport CEO, and not the real Belfast City Airport that I travel through quite routinely. Now, in other news, cabin cleaning is good to go. So let's start looking towards the catering service as well, since that's going to be fantastic for us. And I suppose we could also start looking towards we could start looking at the Fjord trailer trucks. I don't think we're going to need them. I am going to be honest with you. I'm sort of avoiding baggage handling until we have a slightly more established airport, but that will probably make the airlines a little bit happier if we do have that. We also might want to get multiple terminal operations because when it comes down to it, that might be how we set up the more permanent airport here. But I think for now, let's do the medium fuel depots just since that's going to be pretty good for us. We've got no administrators free, which is fine. We only have 3 working on this, but again, we'll be all right. I'm not really too worried about that. And I suppose at this stage, we should look back towards the tutorial, and we probably should look at the cost of a medium runway. It is going to be 375,000. It is also not as big as I thought it was going to be, which is I'm tempted. I am definitely tempted to build this thing, because if I build it sort of up here, I could expand my terminal out this way a little bit and put a bunch of medium stands over this way. We could do some medium remote stands, and then that leaves us with this entire space to sort of expand for check-in desks. We could do automatic check-in as well. The whole automated system, the self check-in kiosks and the self bag drop if we do start baggage handling. So That might not be a bad way to go, to be totally honest with you. I think that's maybe the angle that we go for here. We do need to build it one way or another, so I need to make a decision on where it's going to go. Now, I think what I should do is some measuring. I think that's going to be important. We should also probably look into things like cabin cleaning before I get too carried away with this. We do have this space over here that'd be great for it, but again, that's kind of where I want to build some other things. We have this space too. And doesn't cabin cleaning... No, cabin cleaning doesn't need access to the outside. I think the catering service does though, if I'm not mistaken. So we might actually want to do something like the catering service down here so it has access to the area outside of the secure space. That might be really good for us. Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. Anyway, let's do some measuring. This is the part I'm nervous about, but I want to do some measuring because my thinking is if I do a runway ramp right about here and I do a runway ramp right about here, I don't necessarily want people crossing the runway, but what I can do is I can go and get myself some taxiway foundations and I can do something like 5 right about there. And then I can flip this around and do another ramp right about here, which has to be connected to a runway. But this thing is 4 big tiles tall. So if I do go and get myself a medium runway, I want to go and place it, and I need to be careful with my measurement. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically right there for the medium runway. And then the runway ramps are going to go like this, which is not doing what I wanted it to do. Are you all right? Runway ramp not connected. It should be. This is taxiway in here. So that should have worked. I might have to just replace the taxiway, which is completely fine. So all of that gets replaced. There we go. So that connects everything together, which is fine. I don't love the idea of planes crossing a runway, but we might just have to deal with that as a little fact of life here, given that we're sort of dealing with a limited space. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll put this guy right here as well. We'll get ourselves a little bit more taxiway here. And then my thinking was that if I really wanted to, and it is going to be a lot of money to do this, but I could do something like this. I could build right through. It's $97,500, but it would be a way for planes to taxi without necessarily having to come down onto this runway or use these taxiways down here, because my plan would be for medium stands to be out this way. So ideally, if the plane is landing from the right, it's going from east to west, it would land here, it would taxi along, come down this way, cut across this taxiway, and then come down, probably down across the runway here, or down somewhere over here. I just think that'd be the better bet. So unfortunately, I think I am going to have to just invest in a whole lot of taxiway, which kind of sucks, but it's going to be for the best, I think. So we'll get this whole thing going. This is also probably long-term plans, to be completely honest, because what's likely going to happen here is, well, actually, now that I think about it, we still have a lot of general aviation, right? And this medium runway, I mean, this small runway is doing okay for the current load on the airport. So maybe the actual best bet would just be to get rid of the smaller runway and then just push everyone out to the medium runway. That might be what we do. That might be the play. So while that's building, I do want to take a look at my new shops and see how we're going. We've got 451 out of 220 sales today, which is fantastic. We have 52 out of 35 in here. We have 116 out of 30 in here. And at the problem child, we have 183 out of 125. So we are doing just fine, which is great. I'm really glad this place is going to last and not go out of business, because one of my pet peeves with this game is that sometimes you can get into a situation where you have to keep coming back to your shop locations and re-signing contracts because they keep going out of business. At least I have to keep doing that because, let's be honest, my layouts and my planning it's not the best, but it looks cool. It looks different. I like to think this doesn't look like any airport I've built before, right? I think. I mean, fundamentally it's an airport, right? It's going to look similar, but we've never had helicopters before, so that's cool. I've also never seen this kind of helicopter before. It's really cool. It's just, I really like it. I love the medium helicopters. I really genuinely do. They're just really, really cool. It's that simple. They're just really, really cool. Now, operational mode. So arrivals only, departures only, both arrival and departure. Takeoff mode is, so you can have a common takeoff position, or you can have an aircraft size specific takeoff position. Okay. I'm almost wondering if the common takeoff position is going to stop people from using this little part here. I'm going to do the common one. I think that's what we'll go for. We're also going to allow small aircraft, and I'm going to allow general aviation on here and then turn this thing on, because if we go back to one of the earlier episodes, I did enable the nearest runway. Hold on, is that what we're looking for? Allows departing aircraft to either distribute evenly among available runways or always fetch the nearest. Could, depending on your airport's layout, improve. I turned that on? Did I misread that back at the... No, we distribute evenly is what we're looking for, so that they go to both runways, right? That's what we're looking for here. Although, again, I don't know if we have enough planes coming and going right now for that to be necessary, but we'll find out is what we'll do. We will definitely find out. We also have Project Complete catering service, so let's see what else we can go for. We can't get de-icing right now. We need a weather station for that. We could get advanced runway lighting. I suppose we might as well. That seems like something that will be kind of important for an airport to have, so we'll go ahead and get the advanced runway lighting. And I do want to have a look at the catering service, because I want to see if I was right, and I absolutely was. This thing does 100% require an outside connection. So catering is going to go over here. That's not where I wanted it at all. Catering is going to go right here. And then what we'll do is get ourselves some roads. So just some generic public roads come in this way. And then for the service roads, we can do... Honestly, I think I'm just going to connect it just up above this guy. I'm going to need to get rid of some fences there, but that's okay. It is a little one-way thing going on, which is completely fine. So one-way road right about there and right about there. Let's actually just have some arrows to make sure that they're all behaving the way they should be. I don't think I'm going to need these arrows, but just to be safe, you know, we'll get a little something going there. Let me get rid of all of this fence. I don't need to get rid of all of it, I don't think. We probably should, though. We'll get rid of all of this fence. And then what I can do, I think, is bring some fence sort of out and around this entire thing. I don't think there's anywhere the fence can connect to, which is maybe a bit of a problem, but that should be fine. I think we might need some fence in here now as well, now that I look at this entire thing. So let's do this sort of thing, because we just need to stop animals from getting into the airport. That's basically the goal here. So some fences that go right up to the edge of the building should be more than enough to do that, I think. I'm pretty sure that'll do it. So if I take the fences out of here, that should stop animals from getting through. I hope. If it doesn't, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but we'll figure it out, I'm pretty sure. We've also just done medium fuel depots, so let's have a little bit of a look at what we can get here. Fuel tanks. Oh, these are the things that I was thinking about a while back. Yeah, we can totally expand our fuel depots with fuel tanks. That's great. We'll go ahead and get 3 people assigned to that. It won't take too long to do. Let me have a look at the fuel depots and see what size they are. So they're this size. So if I wanted to, I could absolutely, and I probably should, get a medium jet A1 depot in here. I think we're going to do that. We're going to get rid of the small depot and then just replace it with this larger one. And that's assuming that I have enough construction workers to split between the 2 tasks, which we have like 100 and something of them, 140 or something, so we should be all right. We have a general aviation flight that experienced a bird strike. Do we have to assign you to a stand? We absolutely do. Okay, where's this plane right now? I don't think it's here. It's en route, so we're going to cancel that flight. And we're going to put you on that stand so that we can get the plane in here and deal with the emergency nice and quickly. What runway are you going for? I don't know which one. Oh, no, that one. Okay. All right. Okay, these guys are landing in that direction. That's potentially problematic. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Can I... So operational mode. Hold on a minute. This is This runway is not, hold on, we need to, we might need to figure this out. You are exit only. You are going to be enter only. And you're going to be demolished. Because suddenly that's giving us some problems. And we might want to figure that out. You are going to be exit only. You are going to be enter only. So they can cross that runway, which is completely fine. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie. There's definitely some weird things going on here. This is going to be exit only, and this is also going to be enter only, so they can cross over there. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's going to be, oh, there's some animals on the new runway as well. Okay, it's fine. This happens. This happens every time I try and change up the airport. Don't worry about it. Let me get my service roads right there. We get this road down here, which is great. We have the fences in here, which is also great. Let me bulldoze the bits of fence that I don't need. Let me also pause while I'm doing this, because I do need to very quickly place that new fuel depot. But I want to get these fences around here first, because that seems important to get, you know, animals off the runways. And then, like I said, we'll get ourselves a medium jet A1 depot right about here. And that'll be great. I do want to just pave underneath it if I haven't done that already, which I absolutely have for part of it. There we go. So that'll be great. That'll keep us in a good spot. We have all of this fence to get rid of. We've got all of this fence around here to build. And then I just need to figure out if I can get the planes to land in a different direction. Because right now I think they're getting on the runway, taxiing all the way down to the end, and then taking off in that direction, which is really not what I want you to do. That's not aircraft specific. Let's try the, no, I don't know about that. Yeah, no, they're just stopping there now. Okay, I need to rotate the runway. I can see the arrows. I can see what I've done. Okay, I need to get rid of the runway and rebuild it. I think that's realistically what's going on here. Because if I look at the medium runway, I need it to be that way around, not the way it is right now. So get rid of the runway and we're going to rebuild it, which I'm sure isn't going to cost me in the long term. Really wasn't paying attention to those arrows, and I really should have been. So while the runway is being rebuilt, let's take a look at the catering situation and see what exactly we can do here. We have Conway Catering, 3 stars. We have Sky Garden, which is 4, and Happy Pig, which is 2. I think it's going to be Sky Garden. That seems fair enough. 2603 food items per delivery, automatically delivered from a catering depot, has less than 10% food remaining. You know what? We'll sign that contract. That seems totally fine. And then I guess what we need to do is just get some, oh wow, they're already delivering the goods, which is kind of fantastic. So it's a little bit expensive. I might regret that, but it'll be fine. We can request extra food. We can review the contract, resupply at 10%. Max stored food is 100%. Okay. So that's fine. I think our new fuel depot is good to go. The new runway is here as well. Small aircraft, general aviation. We will do the, I guess we'll do aircraft specific sizes. That seems fun. And we'll open the runway and see what happens. Now, when it comes to catering, we do need some vehicles. So if we go to purchase and we filter and turn all of them off, aircraft, we have catering trucks. I don't think we're going to need, well, we have a lot of aircraft and we are going to have more when we get the medium-sized ones. So let's start. I mean, they're 5,000 each. They're 50 per hour. Let's do 3. Let's do 3 catering trucks and that'll be all right. And then I guess I'm going to have to figure out exactly where I'm going to put the aircraft cabin cleaning at some point, because right now I have no idea. We don't really have the space for it. Also, this runway, I think I got a partial refund for the one that I built earlier. I don't think it was a full refund. I'm not 100% sure. So this could have been a really expensive mistake, just building that facing the wrong way. But my hope is that it's going to make life a little bit easier, especially when we get our hands on the ultimate commercial license, which we are so close to having, and I'm very excited about. Now, let's get ourselves the Fjord trucks as well, because at some point we're going to need them. The catering trucks are here as well, which is great news. So I guess I want to get those things painted up a little as well. Let's go for, I don't know, maybe like a greenish color. I think we'll go for, yeah, this, I think that's a pretty good color for them. So we'll do that sort of across the board, and that'll hopefully look decent. They don't really update all that nicely though, do they? That's kind of weird. Has that updated all of them? There we go. So now they're all the nice, wait a minute. That's not, did I didn't know I could paint the building. That's, you know what? I'm going to go for it. We're gonna go for that. Can I paint you? What else can I paint now? Oh, this has got me wonder. I can paint the hangar. That's cool. Can I paint you? No, I didn't, I didn't know I could paint buildings. That's, I don't know if that's new or if I've just never tried before, but yeah, I can apparently paint buildings, which is fair enough. Let's set you as a, I'm just gonna keep you as a nice white hangar there because it's a bit of an eyesore otherwise. This thing honestly is also a bit of an eyesore, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and turn on the aircraft catering services so that we can keep people nice and happy. We also need to turn on proactive cleaning and proactive repairs. I apparently researched those and forgot to actually enable them. So that should keep things in a better spot. We've actually got someone going around here, our service technician, repairing things like the benches already before they break, which is the whole point of being proactive. So that's good. And I guess we just need to pay attention to whether or not anyone actually wants catering on their aircraft. I don't see any of my green trucks out right now. Oh, we just got the ultimate commercial license. That has me very excited. That's good. That's really, really good. I'm actually very, very pleased about that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I will tell you what we're going to do. We are going to get ourselves that large air traffic control tower. It is enormous. I don't know where to, I could put it down here. I mean, if we imagine that this thing is really, really tall, then I imagine it is overlooking the airport, right? It's like looking over the terminal building. It could fit here, actually. I think that's actually a really good spot for it. Yeah, we're gonna go for there, which does get rid of some fences, but that's okay. We can sort of go and replace the little missing fence section like this and get rid of the parts that we don't need anymore. And that is also going to need to be paved under there because I think it's going to look a little bit better. But as we get this done, which apparently, why can I not do this part? It's a little bit weird. Huh. Okay, well, fair enough. We'll do that part since that's kind of where like the parking lot is. I just can't do here. Oh, there's a fence there. Well, that explains a lot. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, is that fence supposed to connect? I think it is supposed to connect. Okay, so that's, wait, no, that's, I don't know. Oh, wait, no, that's just being demolished, I think. Oh, no, that's a gate. Oh, that explains so much. Okay, get rid of that fence gate. That will be why I can't pave it. Okay, I was really, really confused there for a second. I'm not gonna lie. Really confused about what was going on. I think just for the hell of it, I'm gonna bring this fence in and around instead of out and around the way I did there. I know I'm getting really picky with the fences and I don't need to at all, but yeah, I think that's fine. I'm almost tempted to leave some grass around this thing as well, just for the heck of it. I might do that. I might also take out sort of this little bit so we don't have, yeah, we don't have paving like around here. I think that's cool. I think that's good. That'll be perfect. And that does mean that we can now have up to 200 flights per day. Tomorrow is 75 on Saturday, 75 on Sunday. It's kind of consistently 75. We might not start seeing differences right away, but we can definitely get more flights in here. And I'm really, really excited to do that. You know, it's just hit me that we're still dealing with small aircraft. And that's obvious, right? You can sit and watch this and look at this and be like, yeah, you're dealing with small aircraft. Small aircraft don't really have a need for catering. I've been looking at all these planes, and from what I can tell, unless I've accidentally turned it off, none of them are requesting catering at all, because they're small aircraft. That's a medium aircraft thing. I need medium air. That's why we built this runway. That was the whole point. So I've dropped down to $331,000. Some of that money that I spent went on this guy and on the trucks. I've dropped down to quite a low amount of money, and now I have to go build medium aircraft stands and figure out how I'm going to get people into those planes and out to those stands, because medium aircraft stands, if we have a bit of a look, are 50,000 each. Well, actually, the vintage one is cheaper, but has a higher operating cost. I would almost be tempted to go for the more expensive stand just for the sake of not having those higher operating costs. But I can build this stand, right? Building the stand isn't the problem. The problem is I also have to build a section of terminal to support this. Now, I'm quite convinced, and I'm quite confident, might be the better way to put it, that my terminal as it is right now could probably support one, maybe two. I mean, you know what, I'll say, I'm convinced it could support one medium stand. Security is obviously, it'll have a lot of people going through there, but it's, you know, only every few hours that we'll have another medium plane coming through. 2 medium stands might be a lot. That has me worried. That has me quite concerned. But I think we're going to need to, because I think that's where the money's going to come from. So 75,000 there and 75,000 there. We can put fences around it. We can connect it out to the taxiway. It's not going to be that difficult. In fact, it'll be probably better for us to just bring a section of taxiway down here. My concern is that I don't know that we're going to have the money to do this. And that's bad. Now, I think if we go to economy, I can take loans. I can get a loan of 1.3 million. It'll cost me 5,251 per hour to repay. I could get $500,000, which I think we're going to have to. I think Foxy Investments, we're going to take their $500,000 loan. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to build these stands. At least I'm going to set them to build now. We'll wrap things up for today, and then we'll pick up in the next episode when the stands are built and when the terminals are built as well, or at least the sections of terminal. I really wasn't wanting to build anything on this side of the exit, but I don't really think we have a choice. So this entire thing is $80,000, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's gonna have to do. We also get this weird section down here that's kind of annoying and has that little cut in right there. But again, not really much I can do about it. And I guess what we do is we get ourselves a door right here. We get ourselves a door right here. This will be room for more bathrooms at the very least. That's important. It'll be room for more shops, which we can get nice large shops in here. We're just gonna have to hope for the best. I do want to get some medium aircraft in here, so at the very least that's good. It's just unfortunate that this entire episode has really been nothing but expensive mistakes, and that's really frustrating. It's really frustrating, but it's a learning exercise, right? It's something we can learn from. It's something I can learn from anyway, and hopefully not repeat. So let's take out these fences, because I'm gonna have to rebuild all of the fences anyway. So all of these guys can go up to about there. We are going to need to connect our service roads. So these guys get built out to here once the fences are gone. And then the taxiways also have to be built as well. So aircraft taxiway foundations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 7. Oh, I can't get too fancy with this, but I'm going to do the 7 here. So that's 3, that's 5. So that's all it needs to be. It needs to be that size. So we want to do 7 by 3 and 7 by 2. This part can be 5. Basically, it just gives us a bit of space for the planes to push back to. No, you know what? I need to save the money. I can't get too fancy with this. So we're just going to do the 5 by 15. And this guy is... I'm tempted to just connect it straight up like this. To be honest. I think that might be the best bet. because then we have the medium planes coming in, taxiing around, heading down, doing their thing. And I think that's the way to go. They can't enter this runway from this side anyway. So that, I think that's the play. I think that's the cheapest option. Well, actually, the cheapest option we have would be to bring them up and across here and then let them taxi across this runway. But, well, you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the cheap option. I can't afford, because of the mistakes that I've made today. I mean, I can afford to do it. I just think I need to be careful, and I need to save some money because we have other things we're going to have to build and support. We have to, you know, medium planes are going to want baggage handling. There's a lot of things they're going to want. So let's just try and do this as cheaply as we can. We'll get some medium planes in here. If this goes well, we can do some remote stands down this way that bring people out to some stands on the other side, and it'll be all right. This, however, seeing the planes waiting to get on that runway, now that I think about it, might have been better to go this way. Because the medium plane's going to be waiting to cross this runway. What is it with me today? What is it with me today? I have done nothing but make terrible mistakes. Oh, this is rough. You know what? Just do that. Sometimes we just have to remember KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all I need to do is keep it simple, stupid. So, with that in mind, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always, for me anyway. I don't know about you, having to put up with all this. At the very least, we do have space now for the cabin cleaning. It can go down here, so that's nice. How expensive is that? Can we afford it? That's the question. Can I afford a waste depot? Yeah, 25. It's only 25,000? Huh. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. We're probably not going to expand down this way too far, so let me do this, and I'll get this thing built as well, because again, we can offer cabin cleaning to the medium aircraft, and that'll keep them happy. This will be a road that goes through to the other stands at some point if we do remote stands, which we probably will. Oh man, I could afford to just build the remote stands now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.